There we go. I think it's public now. Every time I use Streamlabs, it puts it as unlisted um, for some reason. I'll just wait for y'all to come in here. My headset disconnected. Hey, Southern Mom, how are you? I got up 5:30 this morning. My daggone leg hurt and I didn't sleep good. Got the daggone sore throat. It's not been my week. I thought we would discuss some People magazine articles this morning. I uploaded about 2 of them. The man that got his penis cut off, or the man that allegedly cut his neighbor's penis off. I did a video on that one. And about the social media star. Hey, Katie. Good morning. Good morning, Lisa. Y'all want me to tell y'all something crazy that happened to me? I woke up this morning and let me take it back to 2 days ago. 2 days ago, I got this text on my phone, and I've not had this number long. And he's like, you got any appliances? I heard you got some appliances for sale. And so I text back, but you must have the wrong number. Well, who is this? I like to know who I'm talking to. So I just said, Cece, you know. And he said, where you at? I said, this is a Virginia number. He said, Virginia's a big place. So I didn't respond, because I was like, damn, I told you it was the wrong number. You asked too many questions. Well, anyways, I got up this morning and I had this message. Now, this has been like 2-3 days ago. But anyways, I got up this morning and had a message. I can't message you anymore. I've got a fiance. Leave me alone. And I was like, what the F? So I messaged back before I blocked this number from my phone. And I was like, no. I said, are you freaking nuts? No one has been messaging you. I'm blocking this number. So I don't know if it's some immature man trying to make his girlfriend jealous. Yeah, it's like crazy. Hey, Verbal. Hey, Olivia. Hey, Sweet Susie. How are you? Hey, Carrie. I'm good. Well, I'm a little sick, but other than that, I'm okay. Yeah. But you know what? I shouldn't even answered the other day, like when he asked who he was speaking with. I get a lot of phone calls and stuff asking for this guy named Jason. He must have used to have this number. A lot of bill collectors and stuff. Some lady called the other day looking for him, and I was like, you must have the wrong number. But anyways, he must have been trying to make his girlfriend jealous or something. Or it's just crazy. I don't know. So yeah, the Florida man that allegedly cut his neighbor's penis off. Did y'all watch that video? Yeah, because he thought that his neighbor was sleeping with his wife. In the police report, it says that he caught his neighbor and wife in bed together, I guess in May. I believe it was in May. Let's see. Yeah, was found to have caught the victim and his wife during sexual intercourse in May. Anyways, he breaks into his neighbor's home at gunpoint, ties the guy up. The guy's kids are at home. And he takes a pair of scissors and cuts that guy's penis off. He flees the scene, penis in hand. Kid you not. Runs from the cops. They catch him a couple hours later. I think he still had the appendage in his hand. Hey, Bonnie. I still feel, I still feel bad. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Something about my lymph nodes. I took some antibiotic pills, so I hate taking antibiotics. I finally took some. I had some. So I didn't sleep good last night. Yeah, could you imagine that, Verbal? Somebody taking a pair of scissors to your privates? No, Lisa, I did not figure out who that person was, but I did have to take their wrench, and I'm glad you brought that up. Um, Guys, if you're a moderator for me and you change your name, I would appreciate it if you would tell me so I know who it is when you come into the chat because someone came in yesterday. I have no idea who Shuffle Shuffle is. I'm sure it's someone that's been a mod for me for a while. I just can't figure out who it is. But I did have to take their wrench until I figure out who it is. I'm thinking Shuffle Shuffle might be Love Hollis, but I would think that she would tell me. I'm going to email her today and say, hey, Dova. Yeah, Verbal. He's a dude. Yeah, he is. He was pissed off because that guy was messing with his wife, allegedly. I mean, you'd have to be pretty far out there to really cut somebody's penis off. He's like Lorraine Bobbitt. Y'all remember her? Unfortunately, I think I'm going to need to go down to the bare minimum of wrenches. No offense to anyone. Well, to be honest, Katie, I'm going to have to too. Um, and I know people's feelings gets hurt, but what I'm going to do is the people that's always in my chat that moderate and the people been with me for the longest is going to keep theirs. But the people that don't come and chat anymore, I don't know why, but I'm going to have to take their wrenches. Yeah, okay, that's what I said, Lorraine Bobbitt. Yeah, that's not exactly. Maybe he got drunk and got it on his mind, Verbal, and he was like, I'm going to go cut this guy's D off. Do y'all remember that video I did where that guy shot himself in the groin? Remember that? Trying to be cool, have his gun down his pants, and it went off and shot him. Hey, time for change. Can't believe someone's sick enough to cut off a penis. Yeah, and still have it in his hand when he's running, when he flees. He took it with him. I guess he didn't want it sewed back on. Now, the victim is in the hospital recuperating, but I'm just wondering if they could put his penis back on. Seriously. Bless his heart. You know, he's at gunpoint. I'm sure he was scared that that guy was probably going to do something to his children. His children was home. Oh no, here comes the dogs. Hey, lady. Now sit down now. We're in the bedroom. Now quit looking at me now. Quit smacking. See what else we can find here. Quit licking at me. Cruise ship deaths and disappearances. A honeymooner vanishes overboard and other mysteries. I've seen mysteries like that where people vanished on the cruise ships and things. Here is something I saw this morning which made me totally sick to my stomach. I didn't even want to do a video on this woman. She just makes me sick to look at her. Woman accused of sexually abusing children at her daycare gets 30 days in jail. That's all that bitch got was 30 days in jail. I'm just going to cuss because YouTube's going to demonetize me anyways. I mean, I could put, hey friends, let's chat in the title. Nobody cuss or anything, they'll still demonetize me. I ask them for reviews all the time. Sometimes I win, sometimes I don't. Okay, so a 52-year-old Ohio woman is accused of abusing children at a non-registered daycare. She was sentenced this week to 30 days in jail as a part of a plea deal to a lesser charge. Kimberly Hicknight entered guilty pleas Monday to 14 individual counts of misdemeanor child endangerment, according to reports. More than a year ago, she was indicted on 5 counts of gross sexual imposition and 17 counts of child endangerment for allegedly engaging in sexual misconduct with children in her daycare between February 2011 and May 2018. 3 of the gross sexual imposition charges and 5 of the child endangerment charges were dismissed under the terms of the plea agreement. They should get no plea agreement when it's this. 2 sexual misconduct charges were also reduced to child endangerment charges. Several of the victims and their parents were in attendance for Monday's hearing in Franklin County Common Pleas Courtroom. Police searched her home in Grove City in May 2018 after receiving complaints from 2 children enrolled in her unlicensed daycare. During the search, the dispatch reports 23 children were found, but Hicknight was out, having left her 71-year-old mother to watch the children. The children ranged in age from 7 months to 5 years. Some of the children were discovered strapped into car seats and abandoned in various rooms throughout the house. Hicknight steadfastly denied touching the children in a sexual way. Some of the people who spoke at the hearing called the woman a wolf in sheep's clothing, whose behavior changed their children. Irrevocable. I can't pronounce that word right now. How sick. You can look at this woman. I wish I put her picture up there. She looks like a real bitch anyways. You can tell she looks like she's evil. I don't know what's going on. Time for a change. These people are freaking sick. Sick. And what are parents doing leaving their kids with an unlicensed daycare? I guess maybe it was cheaper or something. Unregistered, whatever it's called. People, you got to watch who you let care for your children. You cannot trust people. Just leave them in their car seats, sitting in various rooms throughout the house. That is crazy. I guess one of the kids told on her. That's great. Of course, she's going to make the little kids out to be liars. Happy Thursday, Jeff. How are you? Hey, Kim A. Sickening. It makes me so sick. Verbal. Oh, my gosh. I don't blame you, Verbal. My son's never been in daycare. He went to pre-K, but that's like at the school, at the little school. But he's never been to daycare. Nobody's ever watched my son besides my mom and his dad. Oh, right here, guys. Cruise ship deaths and disappearances. A honeymooner vanishes overboard, and other mysteries. Authorities say cruises played a key role in these 7 cases of homicide or missing people. Let's see. Some passengers on an Alaskan Princess cruise ship the night of July 25th could hear a woman screaming on board, though they initially thought it was part of a murder mystery themed trivia game. Then a witness found Christy Manzanares, a 31-year-old mom of three, dead on the floor in her cabin, with a head wound and blood spreading throughout the room. She would not stop laughing at me, the Utah woman's bloody husband, Kenneth I can't pronounce their names, allegedly told the witness according to an affidavit for his arrest. The cruise line called the incident a domestic dispute. Christy's family has since publicly mourned her as the light of our lives. Oh, that's sad. So he killed his wife because she was laughing at him. Wow. Hey, Mary, quite contrary. Tell your mom, Rosalie, I said hi. Tell you, you never know what's going through people's mind. It seems like the world's getting crazier and crazier. Oh, did y'all know the prosecution dropped the criminal sexual assault charges against Kevin Spacey because of the witness, the victim, the alleged victim, took the Fifth Amendment when asked about some deleted text messages. So I don't know what to think about that. Oh, really, Dova? Did you have a daycare? I didn't know that. Hey, Gingerlocks. You like my rooster picture this morning? I had to go see Sonny early this morning. Took him some feed. Let's see. When's this article? July 17, 2019. Mama 6 found dead under motel mattress. And boyfriend allegedly admitted crime after cryptic text. Gosh, why they gotta have all these complicated names, Spanish names? San Juana? I can't pronounce her name. Anyways, I can't pronounce her name. It's something San Juana Macias. Missing mother was found dead under a motel mattress, and her boyfriend has allegedly confessed to killing her, according to multiple reports citing an arrest warrant affidavit. The body of San Juana was found by Austin, Texas police, stuffed under a mattress on a roadway at a roadway inn on July 9th. Police believe she was killed by her boyfriend of 3 years during a domestic violence dispute. She was last seen alive on July 5th, leaving her apartment with her boyfriend, Jamie Jerome Wingwood. 2 days later, her daughter reported her missing after not hearing from her for days. That same day, Wingwood sent his sister a text saying, "I love you always. I'm fixing to be gone forever. I really effed up this time. I'm leaving town right now." He allegedly told his relative, "I killed her." Before her disappearance, she said that Wingwood had made some alarming comments. He basically told her on the 4th of July that he was going to, he had so many hours to live that he was going to kill her and her daughter. Oh, wow. I'm telling you guys, if you're being abused by anybody, you best leave them when they're not around, because they could end up killing you. They could end up starting to beat on you and they won't be able to stop. and beat you to death. And they will never change. Believe me, I went through it with my first husband. They will never change. I actually took him back one time. The last time I took him back, and we went on vacation to Pigeon Forge, and he about beat me to death down there in a motel room, and I ended up in the hospital for a week. When I got back home, I left his ass. It will never change. Oh, here's something I missed that happened in Virginia. 3-year-old Virginia girl is found dead in river, and mom and her boyfriend are charged. And this is from July 11th, 2019. A nearly 6-hour search for missing 3-year-old Virginia girl came to a tragic end when her body was found in a nearby river. Toddler's mom, Kimberly Dawn Moore, and her boyfriend, Adrian Puckett, were arrested and charged with felony child neglect, with reckless disregard for life and felony child endangerment. Pieces of shit. Both tested positive for methamphetamine and may face additional charges. The police say they are both meth users. Child's death is tragic. Oh, you can tell they're meth users. I wonder, she was found dead in a river. I wonder if they drowned her or she wandered off and drowned while they were high on meth. Can't believe I missed that. I believe someone sent that to me the other day. Samara. And I didn't get around to reading it. Oh, she's a pretty little blonde-headed girl. Oh, the little kitty. It's so sad. There are so many cases when I was looking this morning. There's just so much bad things, so many bad things going on in the world, so many crimes. Here we have this big social media star murdered in New York. She was murdered by a guy she met on Instagram 2 months earlier. They'd started a relationship, intimate relationship. They went to a concert, and then Sunday morning, I believe it was Sunday morning, they had came back, they were arguing, and he stabbed her to death, took pictures of the body, and posted it on social media. Now, I don't know what social media she was famous on. I think it was like something chain. I can't remember. Andrew says, no real man would ever hurt a woman or a child. I know it. And it only gets worse. Each time that they jump on you, like when a man's beating on you, each time they do it, it gets a little bit worse each beating. And it just, I don't know, it does something to you mentally. I know it did me. I just felt like I was worthless. Everything that he told me about myself, ugly, fat, nobody would ever want you. I believed all those things. And for some reason, I just could not stay away from him. I would leave him. He would go to rehab because he was an alcoholic. And I would take him back. He would promise he would change. And there would be what they call the honeymoon stage. And he would be nice for a little bit. And then he would go back to his old ways. And then finally, after he put me in the hospital in Pigeon Forge, he had broken my jaw. When I got home, I left him, and I made up my mind I didn't never want to be around him again. And I can remember that next morning after I left him, waking up, and I just felt like a brick had been lifted off my chest. And I actually didn't know what to do. He had told me what to do and bossed me around so much, I didn't know what to do. I really didn't. Hey, Justice 4. We gotta go to the kitchen and get some coffee. I was just looking at that rooster picture I got up there, and it made me think. Me and my husband are thinking about getting Sonny a camera that goes It'll be like pointing to their enclosure. So we could have like a Sunny Rooster cam, live cam. Yeah. Thinking about doing that with Sunny's channel. So I just have to get like a Wi-Fi booster. What happened to my Streamlabs, people? Okay, am I still alive? I accidentally exited out. Damn phone. But anyways, yeah, have like live streaming basically 24/7. It's a Sunny cam. I disconnected. Time for change. That's the way they control the victim. Too often the abuser will escalate too far. Children are often involved. Yeah, I know it. My ex-husband, he was jealous of everybody. He just looked for any excuse to jump on me. Jealous of my own brothers. Like, I mean, they're like really sick in the head, abusers are. Yeah, time for change. We're thinking about doing the Sunny Cam. I think that would be cute. I think, guys, that that Easter egg laying hen, I don't think that's a hen. I think it's a rooster. So her name is Bunny. If she turns into a rooster, turns out to be a rooster, I'm just going to name her Buddy, I guess. Can't chat. I already hid in bathroom to chat on pause. Oh my gosh, Justice Ford, that's so funny. Really, Bonnie went to work several times with. It's so embarrassing, isn't it? That would be awesome. Consider a mesh network, CC. We have the Orbi, and I love it. Yeah, we're gonna check into what kind of camera system to get to do that. I wonder what these one people use. They have like an owl cam. They have like a nesting box built for an owl to nest, and they live stream 24/7. So I wonder what they use. Hey, Black Rose. Yeah, it took me years to get past what my first husband put me through. Thank God it's been years ago. It made me a stronger person. Now I don't take no shit. Gosh, that coffee's hot. Yeah, that's right, Mary. They want all the attention themselves. Yeah, he's always jumping on me if I made like eye contact with someone while trying to talk to him. He considered that flirting with them. Such a sicko. I gotta get my Chromebook here. Did y'all see where Fotis's defense team hired that private investigator? It's the same Patrick McKenna. He's the same investigator that worked for O.J. Simpson's defense team and Casey Anthony. I didn't realize, also, I'm going back and forth here, jumping back and forth to topics, but I didn't realize it was little CC Watts' birthday. What was it, yesterday? Hey, Bailey, how are you? Oh my gosh, Bailey. I know, that is disturbing. I am so glad that I didn't see those images. Bailey, do you know what platform she was on? Um, I don't think it was YouTube. Was it UChain or something? Um, I can't remember. Instagram? So she was famous on Instagram. Oh, okay. I like her name. She's a beautiful girl, Bianca. So this guy evidently had some kind of serious problems. I mean, it's not like, this was like some kind of domestic dispute. He just snapped or something. This guy actually took pictures and posted it on Instagram and in Discords, and it went all over social media. Bianca's stepmother saw the pictures. And her family is just begging people, if you see Bianca's picture of her murder, to report it. Don't share it. Only someone stupid would share a picture like that to begin with. Someone with no respect and no morals. Okay, it says the father of upstate New York murder suspect Brandon Clark, that's who killed Bianca Devins, once threatened to kill his wife in the same manner that cops say his 21-year-old son took the life of teen Bianca Devins, according to authorities. Jason Clark faced charges for holding a knife to his wife's throat in 2010. Oh, so the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. So his dad, Jason Clark, once threatened to kill his own wife in the same manner. Now his son Brandon has killed Bianca like that. Thank you, Verbal. Yes, there's some strong women on here. Teens are so desensitized to death and gore that it seems normal for them to share that crap. Well, I mean, as a teenager, I like scary movies, gory stuff. I still like stuff like that, but I still wouldn't share someone's picture like that. Some of these teens have no raising, as my granny calls it. Hold on, I've lost something here. They have no raising, have no respect. My son would never do something like that. He's too much like me. Yeah, Andrew, it is so sad. And her stepmom said every time she closed her eyes or thought about Bianca, she saw those images. She can never get those out of her head. And I'd say that did traumatize her. It's awful to see. I mean, when I witnessed that suicide, I could tell you firsthand, you could never get those images out of your head. And veterans that's been to war and seen stuff, they can tell you could never get out of your head. It's almost like every time I even think about my boyfriend that committed suicide, I think about those images. They flash through my head. So I really feel for her. Like videos of executions and stuff. Yeah, I know, Meow Meow. This generation's something else. It's crazy. There are websites that only show photos of murder. That's crazy. Well, I mean, on YouTube, but there's this death photography, a couple channels. But that's different. Death photography used to be a thing back in the old days, because photos were so expensive because they were like made on this copper sheet. So really, the only time they could photograph their loved ones is when they died. It was cheaper. They were dead. Then it became a thing. I watch way too many documentaries. You can't. You could never unsee that stuff, Andrew. He sent the mom a pic of his hand after, and it was beyond disgusting what he did. Oh my God, Mel Mel, really? I just read about it this morning, and I was like, wow, what a beautiful, beautiful young lady. She had so much ahead of her, too. Such a bright future. So, like I said, the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. Brandon's dad, Jason's been arrested multiple times and convicted of assault, 1996. 2010, he was a part of a 10-hour standoff with Fulton police. There was some dysfunction, Jason Clark told the station when asked about Brandon's childhood. Well, no shit. I can tell that. He also said he wanted to apologize to Bianca's family. I don't think there's any way to really excuse or apologize for something so horrible, Bianca's friend T. Parker told CNY Central. No apology is going to make it any better. We just wish she was here. Yeah. And this just happened. So it just happened like Sunday. So you can imagine how her family feels. And with her being a big social media star, I'm sure they're hearing about it. Everything they look at on TV, on the news, online. He should apologize by suicide. Yeah, well, that was the suspect's dad. Yeah, he's got quite the criminal past. Probably where he learned this behavior from. This kid probably had a really dysfunctional life growing up and had some mental issues going on, and took it out on Bianca. It's no excuse, mental illness. It's no excuse to murder. The only time I really consider mental illness as an excuse is like something like in the Andrea Yates case where she was clearly schizophrenic. I got to turn the AC on. But I think a lot of people try to use mental illness as an excuse. Excuse me, Skylar. Let's turn the AC on. It's hot here. So y'all going to be watching Ladies Night tonight? Oh yeah, the killer survived. He's going to make a full recovery. He stabbed himself in the throat. He thought he was going to kill himself, but he was rushed to surgery and he was saved. Good morning, Lori. No, Andrew. That was actually his father, Jason Clark. And the suspect's name is Brandon Clark. Sorry, I confused you. Here's something about Diane Downs. Oh, Diane Downs. Now, her failed attempts to get parole, updated June 21st, 2019. Diane Downs is a trip. This is just talking about, I came across something. It's just talking about her trying to get paroled from prison. It says the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation has been housing Diane Downs for the state of Oregon since August 3rd, 1993. She is currently housed at Central California Women's Facility in I can't say that. Chachilla? I don't know. Her full name is Elizabeth Diane Downs. this woman is never going to get paroled. Because she can't accept responsibility for what she did. Her daughter testified against her. She saw her mother shoot them. And also, when I was doing research on Diane Downs, I read that the nurses said that when Christy was in the hospital, when Diane would enter the room, her heart rate would skyrocket because she was scared of Diane. Yeah, she's got crazy eyes, Bailey. Yes, she's got wild eyes, as my granny calls it. Send all the bad people to North Centennial Island. Where's that at? See, Black Rose says, I have heard there are people that chase accidents that are gory for the money. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm sure there's people that do that. There are some, like, greedy and sick, evil people in the world. Oh, thanks, Verbal. By India's where it's at. Yeah. Well, I think they should just kill all the child molesters and the child murderers. I think they should just put them out of their misery. That's my opinion. There's no rehabilitation for these sex predators. I mean, I heard a doctor on TV say that the other day. That is in them to be like that. They cannot control it. Just like John Wayne Gacy, he said he had something in him. It was just there. There's no rehabilitating. It was just there. We got to do Gacy. Talk about Gacy on here. Yeah, Bailey, where you been? I think Michelle Troconis is, I believe that's how you say her name, was due in court today. Let's see. Yeah, she's expected back in court today. Today is Thursday, right? August 19th, yeah. I'm not sure what her court date's about. One of the two suspects facing charges in connection to the disappearance of Jennifer Dulos is due in court on Thursday morning. This will be suspect Michelle Troconis' third appearance in court since being arrested in the beginning of June in connection to the disappearance of Jennifer. There have been a few updates since then. According to Norm Pattis, the defense attorney for FOTUS, Troconis passed a polygraph test and provided an alibi that police are reportedly satisfied with, ruling her out as a participant of foul play. Yeah, Norm Pattis says a lot. It will be interesting to see if that comes up during Thursday's court appearance. During her last court appearance, Troconis was granted permission to travel to New York to stay with a friend. She is still being tracked by an ankle bracelet, though, as a part of the conditions of her release from jail. Gal Pal and FOTUS are dating, but the two have been ordered to not have contact with one another. Both were arrested and charged with tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution 1 week after Jennifer went missing. Yeah, Skylar, my dog's... Every time you say Michelle's name, she starts crying. I'm just kidding. I can't... That woman looks like a bitch to me. She just got a bitchy look to her. I think that Michelle gave Jennifer a lot of shit. She done, like... a lot of stuff on purpose, I believe. Like her photos, paraded their relationship in front of Jennifer's face, flaunting it around town. Let me see. Let me let my dog out. I don't want to hear her bitching. She's a nagger, aren't you, darling? What? You're not going with her. You can go out by yourself because you like to bark. They're very mischievous when they're out there together. They dig holes and everything. Okay. So, now Norm Pattis is also wanting to get a hold of Jennifer's Dulos' medical records. They're going to try to act like this woman's crazy. Is what's going to happen. Look what all he said already. Revenge suicide plot, Gone Girl theory. I mean, it's just I'm surprised he's not blamed the gal pal, Norm Pattis. I do not like him. It says, Fotis Dulos' attorney asked judge to order release of missing New Canaan mother Jennifer Farber Dulos' medical records. And the grandmother is continuing to fight for custody of the kids. Let's see what else I can find. Norm Pattis is like Teddy Ruxpin, the toy bear telling tales. Yeah. I mean, like, you never know what's going to come out of this man's mouth. I wonder when they're going to set a court date. For these charges that they've got. I mean, like a date where they're, like, guilty or not guilty. Surely this is not going to be like some kind of trial or something. I guess, maybe they'll be presenting evidence, I'm assuming. So, I don't think they're going to find Jennifer's body, but I said that about Savannah, and look, a year later they found Savannah's body. So I guess never say never. Anything's possible. I've often thought, I wonder if Michelle killed Jennifer and Fotis helped her clean it up. Hey, Turquoise Kitten. Norm could have been a screenwriter in Hollywood. Absolutely, Turquoise Kitten. Absolutely. Like, Remy Dia told me, she's from up that area somewhere. She told me, she's like, I cannot stand Norm Pattis. And I see why she says that now. I can't wait to see it either, but they have sealed releasing it for like another 90 days, I think, Bailey. Yeah, we're going to have to get our hands on that. Maybe I should put in to get that when it's released. Fotis is hoping to get off and take his kids to Greece and disappear. I believe that is what caused this too, divorce, and he wanted the kids intercontinental. Yeah. Yeah. He wanted kids. That's for sure. For one thing, he's a control freak. He needs to be in control of it. He knew taking Jennifer's kids that's the worst way in the world to hurt Jennifer. He's already hurt her enough with an affair and the way she's been treated over the years. So, he needed to do one more thing, and that's take her kids. That way, she has nothing, and he don't got to pay no child support. Maybe he was hoping to get a hold of the kids' trust funds or something if they have it. Where he's in debt. I'm sure these kids have trust funds from their grandmother. You know they do. That's my theory, or she set it up. Yeah. No, Norm Pattis said that he hadn't seen the surveillance video. He also hadn't read the book Gone Girl or Jennifer's manuscript when he came up with the Gone Girl theory. I think someone in his office may have read it. They're just grasping at straws, like they say. Looks like he said the other day they was going to spare no expense in clearing photos. So now they got this big PI, which helped win OJ and Casey Anthony acquittals on murder charges. I'm telling you, I believe this guy's going to get away with murder, guys. And the gal pal knows it. She knows what he was doing. You can't tell me. Norm Pattis come out and said she passed the lie detector test. Who gave her the test? I've not heard authorities say they gave her a test. Was it her lawyer, Norm Pattis and them's team? Said she didn't ask him why he was stopping so many times at different trash bins. I do not believe that. And they said she passed the lie detector when asked that question. She didn't know. I do not believe that for 1 second. I don't know how it's possible he's not seen the video. I'm sure he could see it if he wanted to. He probably has seen it. I'm wondering the same thing, Turquoise Kitten. I'm wondering how he's paying Norm Pattis and this private investigator, considering that he's having financial difficulties right now. Unless Norm Pattis is doing pro bono. Unless, I know Bailey, I'm afraid of a hung jury too. Unless that DNA mixed in with Jennifer's blood gets him. That right there, if I was on the jury, I could not get past that. And there's surveillance video. If they allowed the jury to see it. Just, but if I was on the jury, I couldn't get past his DNA on the kitchen faucet. I would convict. Hey, Debbie. Good point, Debbie. She may not have took it. Bye, Lisa. Have a great day. All these lawyers, high-profile cases, most likely to do in pro bono. Like, how the hell did he make $500,000 bail? I don't know, unless he had some property or something he put up for it that was worth that much. Or if Norm Matt put it up with for him. Who knows? Norm came up with some way for Fotis to be able to do it, that's for sure. Well, that's why, Mary Quacktrue, it is possible. That's why they don't allow the results of lie detector in court. Because they can be wrong. There's been people that's passed lie detectors that have failed, or that has been guilty. And there's people that's failed lie detectors that's been innocent. That's why they're inadmissible. I heard a cop tell me one time, like with lie detectors, like if you're taking medication and stuff, you can't take one, like if you take nerve pills or something like that. You wouldn't be able to take a lie detector. Right, Verbal. Yeah, that's what that cop was telling me, like, you couldn't take a lie detector if you're taking medicine and stuff because it can affect the results of it. Let my dog in. Get in here, baby. Okay, lady, I'll get you in a minute. Well, guys, I'm going to have to get off here. My dogs are wanting me to do stuff. Yeah, the Xanaxes and stuff would calm you. Ted Bundy would probably flatline if he took one. Oh, yeah. Bundy has always fascinated me. We'll have to do I think I did a video a long time ago on Bundy, just about, him and his crimes. We need to do a live stream. Maybe we'll have some coffee and Bundy in the morning or something. Who knows what we'll talk about. Thank you all for chatting with me. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember, moderators, if you moderate for me, I'm not telling y'all what to do, but I would please appreciate it if you change your name to tell me, because I have no idea who this one person is, and I had to take their wrench. So if you change your name, please tell me so I know who you are. Anyways, I love y'all. Have a great day. Peace.